Hello, and welcome back to the stream. We were playing some more Cosmoteer tonight. Tonight, I want to go over mining, production, and just generally that stuff. So, kind of the last couple of days, this is the save game from the last two videos. I played some off time in it, just trying to kind of stay in the beginning area and just gain some extra ships. And so this is some of the other ships I picked up. I picked up a Renegade, an Instigator, Effigy, an Ordnance. This was a Haywire, but I changed it to an Effigy, a Bottom Feeder, and Coltuyer? I don't know how to say that one. And we still have the original Model S that we're working with. Obviously, I've been slowly adding to it. What I'm trying to do is run around, get a bunch of mining done, and be able to produce a lot of stuff. So this is all of the titanium that I've picked up so far, all of the uranium I've picked up so far, all the carbon, the gold, all that stuff. I've saved all of it. I haven't sold any of it yet. The only thing I've sold so far is I've sold some copper and some steel plates. So basically what I'm doing is I figure out where I want to go. I've already kind of cleared that one out, too. I think this one still got some in it. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of go over here. We'll crank the speed up. And I'm doing it with just the one ship right now. What I've done is I pulled all of my my crew. All the ships are dropped down to 2 crew members except for this one. And I put all the crew I can onto this ship. So I have as much as I can to try and just... I'm trying to get more stuff built up so that I have some money and a good situation for leaving the area. So sulfur I'm not in a real high need of. It looks like I've already been here. I may have already been here. What are you doing, Goober? So as you can tell, I've been going through and just generally wrecking the mining fields. Just trying to do anything that I can and pull all that information, or pull all the stuff out. I still have a couple of pirate bases I need to clear, but I haven't done those yet because, they're a pain in the butt. I want to get the ship where it's kind of stronger. I need some armor. I need some stuff like that because basically go in there and there's 3 ships and they basically turn on you and it goes downhill very quickly. So trying to get some mining built up, get some money built up, and that should allow me to. Here's some carbon. So the reason I'm keeping carbon is because I can turn it into diamonds. And once I can turn it into diamonds, that will be a lot more useful to me, so I don't have to buy a bunch of diamonds. So right now I'm having trouble trying to get enough money to kind of build everything I need. So I've been basically picking up all the iron and turning it into steel plates. I've been picking up all the copper and turning it into a size I can. I've gotten quite a bit of things where I can build. Like I can start refining uranium. I can start refining a couple other things, but I need to get enough money and find a station that has the parts that I need, so that I can I can basically build the items that I need. So I go from here. I just kind of hop from one asteroid to the next. Let the mining drill kind of do what it does. Try not to abandon too many of my dudes out in space, even though I'm really good at doing that. Come on. Look at the stuff. I probably should move the my airlocks back here someplace. that are closer to where they're picking up and dropping off stuff. That will get some more fuel because I've pretty much emptied. So what I've been doing is I basically add and add and add. I'm working on the next one. Ram the asteroid, they'll be fine. I've been adding more and more cargo spaces just to kind of make it, just to be able to stay out longer and mine. So this is doing well. So, and if I need to, like right now, it wouldn't be good to bring the ships in here to help me if I get in trouble, because I don't have enough crew on them for them to be able to actually function. So there's not enough crew on there for them to defend themselves. So it would end up happening where they would just get murdered, which is what happens a lot if I don't have stuff prepared. So I think what I might do is take a couple of the ships, turn them into the little triangle guy, Renegade. The Renegade seems like a really strong ship. So I may try to do that, turn a couple of them into Renegades, and then use those as my defensive craft. Seems maybe a decent idea for me. So you see, I've got it cranked up there. Well, that's 4 times now. But with a mining drill, it rips through an asteroid fairly quickly. And you can definitely get all the ore out this way. If you're trying to hand mine it, you'll leave a lot of ore there. We're not doing that anymore. No, I want you to mine all that stuff. I want that stuff to be my stuff. So, and then between going out and picking up stuff and bringing it back, they come in here and they take all the ore and process it for me. It's really a good little plan. I kind of like it. It works well, and then you can turn the raw ore into something more useful, and then it sells for a little more. I don't know if it's super worth doing it this way. I was trying to figure out if it was kind of even worth it, and I'm not sure it is, because it's a minor set. The real benefit comes from being able to make your own parts, so that when you're trying to upgrade ships and build things, you have something that will build the ship or build the part for you, instead of having to go buy all the parts. Because when you're buying the parts, like, they're extremely expensive. So it's trying to get ahead of that so that you're not buying all the parts. Because if you make enough money just selling everything, you can get away with doing that. But I would much rather be able to buy all the or have all the parts and I have to buy them and pay for them. I always like it when I ram into the asteroid back. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Kind of keep an eye on it, make sure I don't get too much stuff. So the coal, like if you and then other thing you can do too. So you see, like this one's completely empty. If you hit the little manage resources button, you notice that these are set to coils. This is set to hyper coils. This is set to steel plate. So if you want to reserve something, what you do is well, exit out of here. So if you go all the way out, zoom into your ship, you hit the little box thing for manage resources. You click diamonds, right? So like, okay, I only want diamonds in this row. And then now only diamonds will show up in that row. If you're like, oh well, that was dumb. I only have 2 diamonds. Like, why do I have that much? Hold it down, left click, and or remove it. And if there's stuff that's in there, it'll schedule people to come grab things and remove it from it. If there's stuff in your inventory, it'll try to move it to there. So that way, like if I had a gun or something, I could put ammo down here and be like, okay, I only want ammo in here. The other thing with doing that too, the reason to do that is because right here, this thing will only hold 80 steel plates. Where if I tell it to store them in here, it will actually pull them out of here, and then they'll transfer them into that storage box. So that way I can actually store more steel plates on the ship instead of leaving them only here. Same thing with the coils and the hyper coils. Try still all that stuff once I can build it. The enriched uranium. If not, it basically the processing will only process whatever it can handle, and it won't do extra. So it's going to keep in mind. So if you're trying to figure out how to get it to, like, oh, I have all this stuff, I make more. That is how you make more. It's a decent amount of copper. So copper is more expensive. It sells for, I think, 40. And then it sells for, when you process it, it goes up to 50. And I think, so the first coil, I think, takes 2 copper, and it goes, instead of, it sells for 100. And you have to add coil and more copper, and that makes a hyper coil, and that sells for 150. So processing it, you can kind of get a little bit more money out of it. I don't know if the min-maxingness of it is really worth it, but it is there, and I've decided that that's the way I want to do it because I want the extra monies. I will also say, I think the economy needs some tweaking in the game. I've noticed a couple of times where I've gone to try to sell stuff, and the station been like completely full. So I'm like, oh, that's great. Now I can't sell things. So I don't know if it rushes over time, if I just got unlucky and it was full that time. I'm not sure what happened. So yeah, if you ever go into someplace and you go to sell stuff, you're like, I have 400 plates. Why can I only sell 5 of them? It's because the station's storage is full for plates. You see, we're slowly picking up some copper. We'll get that all put in, and then they'll be bringing it over in here. They'll make those. I'll carry them over here. And unfortunately, because I sold all these a minute ago trying to make money, because I can sell like all the copper, the hypercoils, like it's like 42 grand if I buy it or sell them all. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be selling them all, and then hopefully finding some diamonds, because I need, well, what I'll probably do, because I'm having so much trouble finding diamonds, is I'm probably going to get the diamond manufacturer first, which I think needs Tridal, which I may be able to swing a little bit easier. But yeah, so this is all I've been doing. Just kind of going around, just doing this, picking up money. I am enjoying the game. The only real complaint I have about the game, which is more of a, I will say it's more of a personal thing, I think, than really much of anything else. Is especially with this many ships, I wish, like, you can't, like, if I do Control A, right, I can't repair all the ships. I wish I could repair all the ships. So because if I go through here like this guy's busted, right? So he needs a little bit of repair. But if I go to Control A, that I can't repair the ship. I would like if, especially for a larger fleet, I can really. Oh, now I've done it. So I left 2 guys on each of the ships for the simple reason that if I leave 2 guys on the ships, then I have one that can pilot and one that can go around and put batteries in fuel tanks in the engines, and then that will allow me to have them drive around. If I leave one guy on the ship, he drives for a little bit, and then he has to get out of the pilot seat, and he has to go get the batteries, and then he has to go put the batteries in, and then once he gets the batteries in, then he has to go get back to the pilot seat, and it really slows him down for some reason. It's quite weird. So if you're gonna kind of mothball a ship, I recommend trying to leave 2 crew members in it, unless you're really gonna mothball it and just basically leave it next to the station, just completely unmanned. But I think if you leave it completely unmanned, I think it gets upset. I wish these large asteroids had something on them, but they do not seem to. But yeah, so you see, I'm just running around 4 times speed, and I just kind of run through and just obliterate asteroids, take the resources, take them back. Once I kind of get full, like, so I'm full of steel plates, I'm full of the hyper coils, so I should be starting to make regular coils now. Except for I think I am out of. I'm actually out of copper, so I need to get copper so I can make more coils. And then using the kind of this is where I've been. Okay, that's cool. It makes it a little bit easier to figure out kind of where to go next. You can use the shift thing. And then, like, hold down shift, you can grab this, you can move the waypoint. So if you want to, you just click on the little arrow thing, and then that will allow you to like reposition, like to get around like the sun and stuff like that. So it's obviously running into the sun is a bad plan. It will make for a bad day for you. Without shielding, if you go in there, it has a tendency to overheat your ship, and then it makes it sad. And I was watching somebody, and they were talking about you take the stations and shove them into the center, which is cool. That's that's funny, but I kind of need the stations to buy stuff, so probably not going to do that anytime soon until somebody upsets me. As soon as the faction upsets me, though, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Yeah, so I need lots of copper. As you can tell, that the hyper coils have filled up, but we're low on regular coils. Kind of need a little bit of a backstock for those. So, like I said, started this playthrough, and I went around. I've killed most of the pirates, the bounties, everything in this beginning zone. The only thing I haven't done is taking care of the pirates and pirate bases, where there's like 3 or 4, or I think in one case like 6 pirates at a location. I haven't taken care of those, but I kind of want to build this ship up, and I have a couple ideas of crazy ways to build the ship, or to basically build a battleship. So my plan is to build a crazy battleship-y type thing, and kind of see how that works out. I think, I don't know, I've got two different ideas. Either I'm going to use the railgun or the what's the other one? Either use the railgun or the ion beam. ion beam in the ion prison. But somebody was saying that if you push too much power through it, through the ion prism, they can explode. So I got to be careful about exploding prisms, because I could see how that might be a bad thing. Okay, so why don't you just all right, more copper, damn it. But yeah, so I just want to build something crazy. And all these games, Terratech, like all the shipbuilding games, stuff like that. Like I always used to build these big, massive, crazy, ships that can go around and kind of build everything. And I really haven't found a game that has survived that yet. Most of them end up dying because the ships just get too large, and I gonna end up trying to, they get stuck on everything, and it's not helpful. Good amount of copper again. So I want to build some big crazy ship, and they basically have mining laser set up, and big guns, and defensive parameters, and just generally, I would like to be able to do a single ship, maybe a single ship with like a couple of escort craft. And Hyperion, like I haven't started trying to do warp yet, so I don't know if that's going to cause me a problem. Because I've been kind of selling it off. Got lots of sulfur laying around still, but I don't really use the sulfur, but it's only sells for like 10 like 10 credits a piece for them. So I'm like, I don't know if it's worth my time. And like I use it for missiles and bullets, but I'm not really making those yet. But yeah, so if you guys are in and you are enjoying the game and you're having fun with it, do me a favor, drop me a comment. If you have a favorite ship design, or you've uploaded it to the Steam shop, hell, leave me a link for it down there. We'll go check it out, and if maybe I'll just get enough parts and stuff where I can go build them, and we can go fly around other people's ships and see what kind of trouble we can really get into. So I don't know, but like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with the game so far. Like I'm seriously having a lot of fun with the game. It's another one of those games that's simple on the surface, but you can go pretty much as in depth as you want to with it. I like games like that. But yeah, so I literally just asteroid copy one to the next and just be like, nope, this is mine now. All right, so this thing's almost completely full. I guess I'm in this weird position where if, like, in order to build the diamond thing, I think I need the tricycle, and in order to build the tri-still, I need diamonds. So both of them kind of are focused on the other one to be able to build it. I do think I need more Oh, I'm gonna need more diamonds. So I may and like all of the like the higher tier stuff is all like that. So it's basically made where you have to buy some or get lucky and find it. And I try to save all the diamonds and the tri-still, all that stuff as I was playing. Because I knew I was going to need it, so I didn't want to sell it. Same thing with the enriched uranium. I've been trying to save that too. So yeah, so here you're looking. So he says I can buy, you can buy 20, but like here I can only sell 133 out of like 400 of these things that I have. So that's not super helpful. I would really like to be able to sell you all my stuff. But yeah, so he does have a few diamonds, but in order to buy 17 of them, it's going to be 61 grand. And the tri-skill, it's 157 grand for all of it. So now if I go back here and I go to Build It Boy, and then I go to, I think I actually sold anything. Oh, I don't have to. Oh no, I do have diamonds. I don't have diamonds yet. Oh, I can't even make diamonds yet. So I can make tri-still. So I need 2 to 6 of these. So I need 21,000 for this. So I basically need 4 diamonds, which sounds like easy enough to do. But these guys are jerks. The markup here is insane, right? So if I sold him a diamond, or sell him 1 diamond, it's 2K. If I buy a diamond, it's 3.6K. Like, well, that's not very fair. Same thing with the enriched stuff. Okay, I don't want to sell that because I gotta sell 1 for 1K, but I buy it for 1.8, and I'm like, it's a little spendy. Can't justify that. So that will add me 10K. I don't know if I can add 20, 24. I should be able to get 4 more. And the good thing is that as I'm selling stuff off, like it's replenishing that stock for me. So if I do this, I go here, and I go like the uranium processor needs like 32 refined uranium for it. I'm like, okay, so I've got to find 32 refined uranium or to be able to make that thing. Which that's easy enough. I'll be able to do that. That'll be fine. So saying I need 21.6 to buy, unless I just need. No, I have enough of those. I have enough of those. So it's saying I need 4 gems. So it's 4 gems and like cash to do it. I think. Yeah. So it costs 4 gems and. I don't know. Should the 18K should be whatever that is. I think these guys are just down. They're just there's a war going on. You guys just don't want to help the low end guy here. All right, we'll just sell that for now. All right, we'll wait for that to sell off, and then by the time it gets sold off, hopefully we'll be able to build 21.6. Come on, you're almost there. There you go. All right, so put him there. So now we can actually make tri-still, and then so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go back here, use our box over here, select tri-still, and we're going to go mark all of these boxes. So now if I go back in and hell this guy, we go back in and look at this stuff. So if we were to sell a tri-steel, it's basically $100 a piece, and he wants 180. If we sell titanium, it would be 80. So we're basically making 20 gold per every crap. But like I said, the real benefit comes from not having to buy it. So basically, instead of, but now the problem is I still have 144 for this, so it's cheaper for me to buy that than if I had to buy this. But like it's the whole thing's a mess, and it's just the ability for me to be able to make my own items. So instead of having to try to figure out where the items are or trying to find a system that has them, I just go find some titanium and then just turn it into crap. So then if I go back here to our build menu, boy, nothing else needs. Okay, no, the cannon ammo factory needs titanium. That's the only thing that needs titanium? Like, why am I building this stuff? Okay, this is maybe the diamond blueprint needs it. Hell, this guy again. We'll go back in and look at I think the diamonds need it. EMP. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I need 67 titanium to be able to make that. So theoretically, and I need a decent amount of money for it too. So the mine factory, nuclear missile factory needs that. EMP factory needs diamonds. So probably the next thing I want to build is the diamond smelter, because I would like to have a diamond smelter. That seems like a good to have. And then the other things that we have that I need to build, all is processors too. I want to build processors, but I need diamonds for that, so I may wait to build the processors until I get the diamond manufacturing. Because if I get the diamond manufacturing in here, then it'll make my life slightly easier. So, but with that, it's kind of a general overview of the mining and the manufacturing. So if you guys are watching to the end of the video here, I do greatly appreciate all the subscriptions that we received over the past month or so, and the comments and the likes and everything on the videos. So I do really appreciate it. It is helpful for the channel. You guys are awesome, and thank you guys for coming to hang out.